Grayscape here. What is good? We have a different type of video today. Not a product review. We're gonna do a story time. So, story time. What is it? Y'all wondering what the fuck is he talking about? What's Grayscape talking about? Well, I have a story time of the first time I did edibles, right? So let's backtrack. I don't know, 5-6 years, something like that. I did edibles for the first time. I love edibles. I love cannabis, right? But this is the first time I did edibles. So, let's jump into it. I, at a certain point, was going to move to Colorado with this hippie dude. And he's a dope artist. He does, like, fireball spinning or something. He, like, spins, like, fireballs and shit around. It's super cool. I was gonna move with him at the time, and all that. So, one of these nights, he and me both decided, let's do edibles, let's make edibles, right? At the time, I was living in a condo. Yeah, condo. And we made edibles, we made Rice Krispie treats. I think he put, like, I don't know, 1/8 of wax in there. And we, you know, made the butter, decarbed it, and then all that, put it into the fucking mix for the Rice Krispie treats and made edibles. And he took the pan and he gave me an edible to have. And we watched a movie called A Scanner Darkly. It is a movie by the same people who made Waking Life, if you know what that movie is. And it was a movie about, A Scanner Darkly was a movie about kind of the opioid epidemic during the early 2000s and how law enforcement was dealing with, you know, just like drugs in general. And we watched that movie. It's a really good movie. I do recommend it. It's free on YouTube, I believe. I've already had my edible. We're just chilling, watching the movie. And after the movie, he decides that he wants to go home because he has to go and do his art stuff or sell acid or something else, right? So he goes home, and I want to say that at this point it's around like 1, 2, 3 in the morning, and I didn't notice the edibles. I thought, like, what the fuck, I just wasted so much time, blah blah blah. No, all that hit me like a brick, right? So after he leaves, the edibles actually start to kick in really heavy. I feel like my world is melting, straight up, like, just melting, like, barely able to move, like, stuck, like, couch lock to the extreme, like, really bad. So I get up, and I go over by my kitchen, and at this point, I have the thought process of, if I don't eat food and drink something right now, I will die, right? Obviously, I didn't die. I'm here. I'm alive. But at the moment, I thought that I was so high that I needed to eat food because I thought that I was having a weed overdose or whatever. Obviously, you can't have a weed overdose, right? So, I'm chilling on the floor in the kitchen. I get like a 2-liter bottle of Coke Zero and lunch meat. And I'm just sitting there on the floor chugging fucking soda and eating random lunch meat. And at the time, we had a dog. I think my dog was coming over by me like, hey, buddy, you okay? You okay? Pet me, or something, right? But anyway, this goes on for a while, and I'm chilling there, eating my food, and drinking my 2-liter of soda. And I decide I'm going to my room, and I'm going to try and distract myself mentally from being this high. So, I get on my computer, and I talk to, like, at the time, the people I was talking to online. I was on, TeamSpeak for the rest of the night. If anyone here knows what TeamSpeak is, put it in the comments. I was fucking fried. And I was trying to sit in my chair like I'm sitting right now, right? But my head, it felt like a roller coaster, like it was going this way. And then when I leaned my head back like this, it felt like I was sinking into myself. I don't know how else to describe it. It wasn't the most pleasant feeling, I'll be honest, but it wasn't like torture. It was just like, this is weird shit. So I'm just trying to chill, calm down, you know, not be as fucking fried. But at this point, I think the edibles were, like, peaking, right? So I was in this, like, headspace, probably, like, an hour and a half, 2 hours, a good minute. Like, enough to where I lost track of time completely. So, like, I could be, like, you know, close my eyes, and I feel like maybe, like, 20, 30 minutes have went by, or, like, 10, 15. And I look up and look at my clock on the taskbar, and fucking 2 minutes went by. I was like, what? Time distortion, extreme. Like, I think that was my first time really experiencing, like, time distortion to the point to where, like, it's freaking me out. It's like, what the fuck? But then again, that makes you think, like, the way we perceive time is relatively relative, you know? Like, we just make up the time, and it's that time now, you know? Minus, you know, the sun and the moon rotating back and forth. It's not random, whatever. But I was losing complete sense of time, and it sucked. Like, I was so confused. Like, I was just fucking confused as shit. So this goes on for a while. I try to close my eyes, listening to people in my ear, right? I couldn't even distinguish conversation. Like, it just became, like, almost white noise. I could not distinguish conversation whatsoever. So, I'm just chilling there, sitting, feeling like everything's melting everywhere, and I'm on a roller coaster when I tip my head back for a good while. I want to say it's maybe, at this point, around, like, 3 or 4 in the morning, and I'm still on TeamSpeak talking to people, trying to, like, gain some sense of, like, consciousness, right? Because I'm so fucking high, that I decided I'm going to bed. So it's like 5 in the morning now. Get in bed, get my kitty cat, go to sleep, and I wake up, and I think for the next, like, 2 days, maybe, I was just in, like, immense, like, brain fog. Like, you know when you do edibles the next day, there's, like, that afterglow feeling, sort of, like, you're sober, like, you can function, you can drive a car, you can have a intelligent conversation, all of that, but, like, you still feel a little off. That's all I felt for the next 2 days. And it was a crazy time, crazy experience. Would I do it again to that level? Maybe. Because it in retrospective was trippy as fuck, right? And now, because I've been smoking weed and consuming cannabis in general since, like, 2018, so that's, like, 6-7 years now, right? That's a long time. I'm really experienced. I have a very high tolerance. Like, I can very, very easily consume 500 to 1,000 milligrams of THC as, like, edible and be high as fuck, but not past the point where I'm freaking out. You know, if I get a little too much, I'll just go and take a nap. I'll go to sleep. I'll just sleep it off. It's the best thing you can do when you're too high, is just go to bed. Go to bed. You'll be okay. You'll wake up tomorrow, you know, you realize, oh, I was just high as shit. So, it is what it is. I think the moral of the story, honestly, is if you're doing edibles for the first time, regardless of, like, how many years you've been smoking flower, wax, etc., carts, you really should be mindful of your dosage. Because, like, I've had, like, friends, like, off of 150 milligrams of THC, like, freaking the fuck out. And it's like, yo, everything's okay. You're gonna be fine. Just, like, chill. So yeah, dosage is the key takeaway from this whole story time. Dosage, you know, don't go past the point. That's with everything. That's, you know, everything in moderation, you know. But this was Grayscape. I hope that you have a fantastic day wherever the fuck you're at, and goodbye.